In today's video, I will be talking about the important tax changes that may soon affect YouTube creators outside the US. As a matter of fact, you need to update the payment section of your AdSense account now, else you may have to lose 24% of your total earnings worldwide. So people, you're welcome to my channel, JojoConnect. On this channel, I make videos on how to get various things done easy and simple. I also give YouTube advice on how to grow, and sometimes I do comedy skits. If this is your first time joining us on this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will always get to know when I drop a new video. Like I said, you may have to lose 24% of your total earnings worldwide if you do not update your AdSense account now. So I received an email from Google saying that we are reaching out because Google will be required to deduct U.S. taxes from payments to creators outside of the U.S. later this year, as early as June 2021. So this is the point I want you to take note of, this particular area here. If your tax information isn't provided by May 31, 2021, Google may be required to deduct up to 24% of your total earnings worldwide. So what we want to do is to make sure that we don't allow this to happen. So you just have to go to your AdSense and update your US tax information so that you don't have to pay the 24% on your total earnings worldwide. All you just have to do is to pay the withholding tax on your earnings only from the US if you update your AdSense payment section. If you're a creator on YouTube outside the US, you may begin to have withholding tax deducted from your earnings later this year. Now, this is because Google has the responsibility under the Chapter 3 of the U.S. Internal Revenue Code to collect tax information from all monetizing creators outside of the United States. In certain instances, to deduct taxes when these creators earn income from viewers in the U.S. The U.S. earning can come from views, YouTube Premium, Super Stickers, Super Chats, and membership. So, for creators like us outside the US, we will be asked to submit our tax information in AdSense in the coming weeks. So, this is how to find your tax information on AdSense. First, you just need to go to your AdSense. Then you go to your payment section here. Then you just scroll down to where you have your manage settings, and then you go here, straight up here. As you can see, I have already updated my United States tax information here, even though I'm not in the US. So what you need to do is to click on the pencil icon if you haven't, and then click on manage tax info here. Mine has been approved here. This is my own tax information which has been approved, and you can see the withholding tax rate that was allocated to my channel is 30%, and this is based on the country where your YouTube channel is located. Mine is located in Nigeria, and as such, the withholding tax that has been allocated to my channel is 30%, and this simply means that they will be deducting 30% withholding tax every month on all my earnings from the United States. So if you haven't updated yours, you will not have this here. Rather, it will give you a form, something. Let's assume let me just show you how it will look like. We just need to click on manage information, then you will need to enter your email password. So let me just do that. So you'll be seeing a page like this, United States tax info. Now you will have to determine the type of account you operate here. Is it an individual account or a non-individual, meaning maybe like a business or an entity? So if you actually have an individual account, just click on individual, click on next, and then you have to disclose whether you are a citizen or a resident of the United States. In this case, no. So go ahead and click next. So you have this form showing up. Now this is the first type of form that you have, the W8BEN, and the second one is the W8ECI. Now this one is commonly used by non-US individuals and would also be used to claim tax treaty. Now, but on the other hand, this one is for non-US business entity or individual that earns income. So if you're a business entity or you earn income related to US trade or businesses that can allow you to file a tax return, then you can go ahead and click this one. But this is the one that mostly applies to a lot of people, so I'm just going to click on that, and then you go ahead and start the W8BEN form. Here we go. So the form starts off, it's pretty much easy to fill. So you just have your name, your country of citizenship. You go ahead and click on your country of citizenship. Let me just choose my country, Nigeria, and then you click on next. You can add if you have a foreign TIN number, but this is optional though, and you have a US ITIN or SSN, you can include it, but it's optional, so I'm just going to ignore that. And then I'm just gonna go click on next to take me to the address area. I've entered my address and my mailing address. Then you click on next again, and then this takes you to your tax treaty. Now, are you claiming a reduced rate of withholding under a tax treaty? The point is, if you're saying no, meaning that your country does not have any agreement for a tax treaty with the US, in that case, U.S. tax law may impose a 30% withholding tax on payments that are considered U.S. source income. This tax may be reduced or eliminated for any payee that qualifies under a relevant tax treaty. I will just simply click on no, because I'm not claiming, my country Nigeria does not have any tax treaty arrangement or agreement with the United States. So resident of the country claiming treaty with the US. So then you go ahead and click on next. This is your tax form, and you should download it later on so that you have a copy of it. So you just check this, I confirm that I have reviewed, generate whatever, and then click on next. At this point you have to full legal name as your certification. Yes. Now I'm not going to do that again because I already did that, and so this is just the procedure you need to go through to fill this form. As you can see, it's not that complicated. Once you've perfectly filled the form, you will have this information showing here to confirm that you have submitted your tax form. This particular section showing that your tax form has been approved, and as such it will also show you the withholding tax rate that is allocated to your channel depending on the country where your channel is located. So that is the step you need to follow to update the payment section of your Google AdSense. In other words, how to fill the form. So how much will you be taxed? This will depend on the following: if your valid tax form has been submitted, how much your channel earns from the US viewers, and if your country has a tax treaty with the US. So let's take the first one. If your form has been submitted, a tax withholding rate will be allocated to your channel, and this withholding rate are always between 0 to 30% depending on your country. This will therefore be applied to your monthly US earnings from your AdSense. To calculate your US earnings, you go to your YouTube analytics. So let's go to YouTube. I'm going to go to YouTube Studio. So you go ahead and click on analytics. So you go ahead and click on advanced mode. So we're going to select the month we want to look at, since you will be required to pay the tax on your US earnings on a monthly basis. So let's select the month. Let's just assume we want to look at the month of February. So you would need to click on geography, then you add a secondary metric, and then you check your estimated revenue. So as you can see, this is the United States. These are revenues from different geography. So in the month of February, this is the revenue from US, and this is where they're going to tax me on. It's unfortunate that most of my earnings come from the United States, so a 30% withholding tax will be deducted from my earnings, and that is it. This is how you can check how much you make from the United States. So for instance, if your withholding tax is 30%, just like mine, and your US earnings for the month is, let's say, $400, then it means that your withholding tax will be $120, which will be deducted for the month. So if your tax form is not submitted before these changes goes into effect, then Google will assume you are a US citizen or a resident if you have an individual AdSense account, and therefore may deduct 24% on your total earnings worldwide and not just on your US earnings alone. So the earlier you send in your tax form, the better. Some countries have a tax treaty with the US which may allow them pay a lesser withholding tax on their revenue. For instance, partners in the UK or Canada may be eligible for a tax rate of 0%. So it's unfortunate that my country does not have any tax treaty, and as such, I just have to live with the fact that 30% of my total earnings from the US will be deducted. So these are lists of countries that have a tax treaty with the United States and may enjoy the possibility of having to pay a lesser withholding tax on their revenues from the United States. So guys, I would advise that you go ahead now and update your payment section, because if you don't do that, it means that you risk paying 24% on your total earnings worldwide, and I'm sure you don't want that to happen. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers.